Chris, what was your mindset going into that competition?
I just want to go out there and just put on a show for everybody and show everybody I'm a real Skywalker.
You had two dunks. The first kind of a baseline where you basically hit your head on the rim. How do you best describe that second dunk, I think that was?
I call it the Skywalker. That's what I call it.
Your third dunk, windmill, 360 basically. Where'd you come up with that one?
I mean, that's just dunks I've been trying to do. I ain't really come up with it.
Congratulations. Great job. Carter.
Now the McDonald's All-America Week rolls on. The boys and girls games are Wednesday night. Coming up next is the 2013 MEAC Bowling Championship. McDonald's All-America games on Wednesday. We'll begin with the girls game, 7 Eastern on ESPNU, followed by the 36th McDonald's All-America game at 9:30 Eastern on ESPN. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Congratulations to all of the participants. Chris Walker is your slam dunk competition winner. Good night from Chicago. Tonight from the Gerald Ratner Athletic Center on the campus of the University of Chicago, it's the 2014 edition of the Powerade JamFest. This year's class of McDonald's All-Americans show off their skills, shoot some threes, and at night's end, crown the next slam dunk champion in the history of this storied event.
He is certainly not earthbound. This man is going to be doing a lot of flying.
Kobe Bryant is a flyer.
There he goes! Oh my! Hands all around.
6'8", 240, man-child. Oh my goodness! He almost hit the rim. Time to put on the show.
Oh my! Oh my! Between the legs. That did it. Oh my goodness!
From the south side of Chicago, welcome to the 2014 Powerade JamFest, part of the McDonald's High School All-American Game activities. They are ready to show off for you the next stars of college basketball, both boys and girls, ready for competition tonight. So our schedule of events this evening from Chicago will begin with the skills competition, the boys and girls finals. Then it's on to the three-point competition, both boys and girls. And then, of course, we wrap it up with the highlight-filled Dunk Fest. That is all coming up tonight here on ESPNU. And welcome to the south side of Chicago with the former McDonald's All-Americans, Jalen Rose and Jay Williams, former Miss Florida basketball and Florida Gators, Steffi Sorensen. Quinn Kesnick joins us in a moment.
A lot of people to introduce.
I'm Carter Blackburn. So let's get right into some of the players we're looking forward to watching tonight. Steffi, begin with the girls.
Well, for me, it's a player who's not in the skills competition, and she's not in the three-point competition. That's right, guys. She's in the dunk contest.
Really?
She's going to get in the mix tonight.
Let's get it.
One of the most athletic players you will see in this slam dunk contest and skills competition, Stanley Johnson, going to Arizona, 6'7", 220 pounds. He is an absolute treat to watch. One of the most competitive individuals here at the McDonald's All-American Game.
Home is where the heart is found. I'm looking forward to seeing 6'9", 235 prospect Cliff Alexander. He's going to turn it out in Kansas next year. He expects to put on a show today for the hometown fans.
So let's take a look at our skills competition rules. It is a basketball obstacle course, stations around the court. Starts at 0, obviously time. There's no time penalty assessments. Disqualification for failure to attempt to complete all the challenges. In the event of a tie, the players will run the course again. And oh, by the way, earlier today, Steffi Sorensen put on a demonstration. This is all in one run-through. Impressive, Steffi.
I'm a one-and-done type of player. As you can see here, moving at a really quick speed.
You know, it's funny. They say in the rules there's no time penalty, but there should be. No sense of urgency right here. I don't know what's going
I didn't
on.
see you out there earlier.
It's just solid fundamentals from Steffi. Now, you put a time together that was pretty impressive. The 40-second range. I don't think there was an official timer on this, but
you
pretty
see
good.
my watch there, though. I mean, I was keeping track, but I don't want to throw any numbers out there, make anybody feel bad.
Now, it is a better time, however, we have to point out that Jaleel Okafor, Chicago's own, who is the #1 player on the boys' side. Steffi had a better time. Jalen noticeably absent from the skills competition demonstration earlier today.
It's called a veteran move, and it worked.
Literally. I still have tendinitis from the 1991 McDonald's All-American game to deal with.
The former Chicago Bulls, Jay and Jalen. So here's the first round. It's Tyus Jones and Tyler Ulis. Actually had the same exact time at 28.9. Theo Pinson, who was headed to the University of North Carolina, joined him. So those are the three boys McDonald's All-Americans who are moving on to the Powerade Jam Fest. And it will be Pinson who gets it started first. Theo Pinson, 6'6", 190 from Greensboro, North Carolina, number 10 in the class, headed to the University of North Carolina. Jay, what do you like out of Theo Pinson?
Theo Pinson, 6'7", a guy who's very versatile. You talk about the class that North Carolina has coming in. Theo Pinson, obviously, you have Joel Berry, who is a guy right now that could start for North Carolina at the point guard spot. Marcus Page decided to stay in school. Joel Berry will be the starting point guard for them next year. Theo Pinson, one of the most exciting players in the class. And I'll tell you, the kid is extremely athletic, can slash, get to the rim, has a great jump shot from the outside. He's going to be a great addition for Roy Williams.
And a solid posting, 32.8. There's no carryover from the earlier round, so 32.8 up on the board for Theo Pinson, who's headed to North Carolina.
Theo Pinson, Justin Jackson, Joel Berry. That's one heck of a class that Roy Williams was able to get for North Carolina.
Here's Tyler Ulis, who Jalen was awfully impressive in his first run through in the first round.
Showing his quickness. Hometown product as well. Is a blur with the basketball. I expect him to win this competition. Not only with his ball handling, but his passing, his ability to knock down the jump shot from the top of the floor. And he wants to impress the hometown crowd. Going to Kentucky, a team playing in the Final Four, boasts 4 McDonald's All-Americans in this class.
Ulis, who's from Chicago area, Madison, Illinois, Marion Catholic High School.
Talk about some shoes to fill. The way the Harrison twins are playing right now, Andrew and Aaron. I don't know if those two guys will be around next year for the Wildcats. Mr. Ulis can have some big-time shoes to fill next year for John Calipari.
And nobody's feeling sorry for the talent load at the University of Kentucky year in and year out.
Lack of talent is not their issue.
So here is our third finalist, Tyus Jones, who's from Apple Valley, Minnesota, #1 point guard in the class, who was headed to Duke,
Why'd you
along
look at
with
me?
Justice Winslow.
Why'd you look at me?
Well, I do remember that you played for the Blue Devils. It was a decade or so ago.
Way to age me, Carter. Tyus Jones is the purest point guard in this class. People have compared him to Bobby Hurley. He's a pass-first point guard. Him and Jaleel Okafor were a package deal to go to school at Duke. Both those two played together, USA basketball. And Jalen, you talk about a guard that likes to make everybody else around him better. That's what Tyus Jones brings to the court.
If you could be anything like Bobby Hurley, that's a tremendous compliment. Big shoes to fill. Unfortunately for me, I played against him a few times, and I was 0 for 4. And so he, Grant Hill, Christian Laettner, along with Coach K, that was one of the greatest teams that the NCAA has seen. Back-to-back champions. He has big shoes to fill if that's the comparison.
Now Tyus Jones wins the skills competition. He's with Quint Kesnick.
Tyus, great job. You knew the time to beat. What kind of emotions were you dealing with?
I mean, he put a lot of pressure on me going last, but at the same time, going last, you know what scores you got to beat. So I just went out there, tried to make the first pass each time, and luckily I was able to get the best score.
What was the biggest challenge on the course?
I think the top of the 3 key is because we're not warm, and it's just your first shot is a 3, so I think that's the most difficult.
He's got skills, Carter.
Indeed he does. Tyus Jones, he's named after Tyus Edney. He is headed to Duke from Apple Valley, Minnesota. He is the skills competition winner. Ulyson Pinson not too far behind, but it's Tyus Jones who wins the Powerade JamFest Boys Skills Competition, which means up next, the girls' skills final.
Ladies!
Special sauce?
At an undisclosed McDonald's location, there is a club. Inside, the best of the best gather. And tonight, they welcome their newest member, Mr. LeBron James. And what does one serve the best basketball player in the world? The new Bacon Clubhouse sandwich, of course. 100% pure beef or chicken on a new artisan roll, all with our famous Big Mac special sauce. Because everyone deserves the best. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
You should serve it to everyone.
Put it on my Capital One Venture card. I earn unlimited double miles.
Hey, you're not the Charles Barkley.
Yes, I am.
Nah, Charles Barkley's way taller.
There's my picture on the wall.
Yeah, that could be anyone.
What about my jersey over there?
Oh, yeah, that's your jersey.
There's my bobblehead right behind you.
All right, well, let me see you bobble. Yeah, I'm just not buying it, man.
Earn unlimited double miles with no blackout dates from the Capital One Venture card.
My brother John, he works here.
John, you know this guy?
What's in your wallet?
Mine was earned in Korea in 1953.
Afghanistan in 2009.
Orbiting the moon in 1971.
Once it's earned, USAA Auto Insurance is often handed down from generation to generation because it offers a superior level of protection and because USAA's commitment to serve current and former military members and their families is without equal. Begin your legacy. Get an auto insurance quote. USAA. We know what it means to serve.
LeBron's training has never been open to the public. Powerade presents LeBron Time, an exclusive workout session with LeBron James and Powerade Zero Drops. Finally, the secrets to train like a pro.
I want to see if you guys can keep up.
See it all go down at LeBronTime.com.
Wednesday, the playoff push continues.
Takes it all the way to the rim and the finish.
With another chapter in the Battle of the Boroughs.
Anthony on the drive, got the finger roll. Paul Pierce, bang! Anthony for three.
Who will claim the spotlight at the Garden? The NBA on ESPN. Nets, Knicks, Wednesday at 7 Eastern. Presented by State Farm.
The 2014 Powerade JamFest is brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. And in part by the Quicksilver Card from Capital One. Earn 1.5% cash back on every purchase. And USAA. Proudly serving the financial needs of current and former military members and their families.
Welcome back to Chicago. Powerade JamFest, part of the activities around the McDonald's High School All-American game, which is coming your way on Monday. The girls take the court. That's 7 o'clock Eastern Time, ESPNU. Wednesday. And the boys' game's 9:30 Eastern Time on ESPN. Of course, they're both available on Watch ESPN. Up next here at the University of Chicago, the girls' skills competition in the first round. It was Middleton, Turner, and Calhoun. So Alexa Middleton, the winner. But again, the skills the results don't carry over. So we see Sierra Calhoun from Brooklyn, Christ the King High School, who is headed to Duke. Very skilled player, Steffi.
Absolutely, and she's a combo guard, so they're going to really have fun with her at Duke. But one thing worth noting is that she comes from one of the most prestigious high schools in the country with Christ the King, and they produce people like Chamika Holtzclaw, Sue Bird, and Tina Charles, so she's in good company, and a big reason why she's here.
Sierra Calhoun's 6 foot, but her game is maybe bigger than 6 foot. Brother Omar starred at Christ the King, now a sophomore at UConn, so he is headed to the Final Four this weekend. Sierra Calhoun posts a time at 34.2. Solid start.
Yeah, not a bad time for her. We've seen players get tripped up on those bounce passes and the simple things that we think that would be easy, but it's easier said than done. I saw that earlier, and it took me a couple times to get through it.
So 34.2 the time on the board for Sierra Calhoun. Up next, Brianna Turner from Pearland, Texas, who is headed to Notre Dame, who is right now playing in a regional final, closing in on the Final Four, and they have a terrific recruiting class coming in next year.
Yeah, that starts with Brianna Turner. I mean, she's one of the most athletic players in this class. She was named the Gatorade National Player of the Year. And Notre Dame's just they're gonna take advantage of her athleticism. They've already got some great scores there on the team, but you throw Brianna Turner in the mix, and they're already undefeated right now, but she's gonna make that team better.
I think they have a chance to be undefeated again next year. They bring Lloyd back, right?
I think they have a great chance. I mean, right now, this season, I've got them upsetting UConn in the tournament, so.
Here is Brianna Turner to close it out, 35.9. Not enough to beat Sierra Calhoun's 34.2. So Brianna Turner may have gotten the Player of the Year award and everything. You can see how disappointed she is, a competitor.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be second place. You know, she always wants to be first place. That's what she said yesterday, and you're seeing that right now on live television. I mean, that's a player who's very dedicated to this game.
So next up, Alexa Middleton from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, who is headed to play for Holly Warlick along with Jamie Nard. So big recruiting class again for Tennessee.
This is a player with a high IQ, and I talked to Coach Warlick earlier this year about her, and she said that she just brings such an intelligent level of basketball to the game, and they're going to really need that at Tennessee. You know, obviously they got upset in the tournament this year, so they're going to be very motivated this season, and Alexa Middleton is going to be a big part of that next year.
Middleton drains the three. She has a chance. 34.2, the time to beat. Here comes Alexa Middleton. The future Lady Vol wins the girls' skills competition in a blowout. Almost 6 seconds better. Solid for Alexa Middleton.
She even told me yesterday, she's like, I'm not the most athletic player out here. Well, here today is showcasing her skills and some quickness around those hurdles.
Alexa Middleton with a solid performance. She's with Quinn Kesnick.
Wow, this place is just electric. What was your reaction when you drained the three?
It felt good in the prelims. I missed like 3 times in a row, and I knew I needed to hit it to win that. So
you're heading to Tennessee. What was most, what really got you in that direction to head to Tennessee?
My home state. I love the coaches and the players up there, and it just felt right.
Congratulations, great job, Carter.
Alexa Middleton, who's moving on to play for the Tennessee Lady Vols. She's the skills competition winner. And a solid performance put up by Sierra Calhoun, but Middleton wins. That leads us into the boys' three-point final coming up next.
Ask me about my pro football dreams. Ask me about my college days. Ask me about my inspirations. Ask me about my baseball career. But like anyone, I've got all kinds of dreams. Ask me, and I'll tell you all about them.
And I will do it for you.
Call Star Dreams to download the app.
I remember the moment clearly.
I'll never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
I realized at that moment, when we first saw the damage, these people really needed us. And I was going to make a difference, right here in my community. Together with local responders, we cleared trees and collapsed walls. We had to get to the family trapped beneath. As a citizen soldier, I made a difference.
Be there for your community at NationalGuard.com.
This week, ESPNU has SEC Thursday Night Baseball, SEC Softball on Friday, and more SEC Baseball on Saturday. ESPNU, never granted.
I'm your celebrity prom date. I'm Amy Schumer.
I've never heard of you.
Schumacher has a charisma on the court that just pulls you in.
I was cyberbullying my niece on Instagram the other day, and I literally ate 15 mini muffins. I'm so bad. No, they're mini.
Ooh, check it out.
Head into the can. Gonna make some room.
All new Inside Amy Schumer, tomorrow at 10:30 on Comedy Central.
You need to stop drinking.
Pass.
Hundreds of thousands have taken a Can-Am test ride.
and more are choosing us over the others. Go to CompareCanAm.com and see what they have to say. Better yet, ride one for yourself. See your dealer now for great offers.
For those who can't imagine life without two wheels, Allstate offers protection with a purpose. To keep riders riding. Save up to 50%. Talk to an Allstate agent today.
On the south side of Chicago, right down Lakeshore Drive, past Soldier Field, onto the campus of the University of Chicago, the Radnor Athletic Center for the 2014 Powerade Jam Fest. Coming up, ESPNU Thursday, college baseball, number 3 South Carolina in Arkansas to take on the Razorbacks. College baseball live kicks off the evening 7:30, then at 8, South Carolina, Arkansas, both on ESPNU. It's on to the boys' three-point shooting final. Already a performance tonight by Tyler Eulis in the skills competition. He's in our three-point shooting competition as well. There will be 4 competitors in the boys' three-point shot. Eulis, who's headed to Kentucky.
Yeah, he found great rhythm, and Grayson Allen also going to Duke as one of the purest forms in this McDonald's All-American three-point shooting contest. Great stroke, great rotation in the ball, just a dead-eye shooter.
And the athleticism is something that people always talk about with terrific players like this. When you have knockdown shooters like those first 2 young men, immediate impact on those rosters.
James Blackman Jr., who's going to Indiana, out of Marion, Indiana, a smooth shooting guard.
I lived in Indiana almost 6 years. Everybody seems like they have a basketball hoop. He better be able to knock down shots.
And then the big man everybody wants, Miles Turner. Where will he go? You talk about schools he's looking at. UCLA is on that list. Kentucky's on that list. A lot of big-time schools on that list.
And it's only right he's rocking number 35, and he's from Texas. Probably reminiscent of KD.
Go KD. Ohio State on that list. Kansas on that list. Hard to think that Thad Matta might not get Miles Turner when you think about the bigs that have came through Ohio State, from Greg Oden to, I mean, the names go on and on and on about the great bigs that play at Ohio State.
So here's your three-point competition rules. Player has 1 minute, score as many as possible. Each rack 4 balls. The money ball is worth 2 points. In the event of a tie, 30-second shoot-off. And again, 4 competitors, beginning with Tyler Eulis, the Chicago player. Cousin Travis Walton played at Michigan State. Sharice Eulis, a point guard at Cincinnati. So Tyler continuing that family basketball legacy. He's from Chicago, chose Kentucky over Iowa and Michigan State.
Now, it's interesting when you watch him shoot, because your left hand is supposed to be a guide hand and really have nothing to really do with your shot. But if you see on his shot, he involves that left thumb a little bit. That left hand, instead of being pointed at his target, his palm ends up facing the rim, which is awkward, but he has a great stroke, obviously.
I was almost ready to give him the he's heating up, but then some misses. He does hit the money ball, so now Eulis, who's listed 5'9", the big-time recruiting came late in his high school career, knocks down the money ball again. 18 already in the books for Tyler Eulis. 2 left. And now the last money ball. Eulis goes over the last rack and still has a 21 up there on the board.
At his size, you expect his quickness. But for him to be able to knock down shots at a consistent rate like that, he's going to get quality minutes, much needed. Maybe they can use him next weekend.
Reinforcements.
And look at that left hand, like I was talking about. That left hand, see that left hand? His palm is facing the rim, and your left hand is supposed to be like a straight line, just pointing at the rim. Your palm isn't supposed to face the rim, so things that he needs to work on, but no doubt about it, the kid has a great stroke.
Do you think he needs to change that? Hey, they say if it goes in, it goes in.
I hear you. Well, I guess, yeah, right?
Joe Kip Noah shoots like he's shooting a globe, and he's an MVP candidate. I think at this point, you got to keep it the way it is.
So that brings up Grayson Allen, who's representing Steffi's Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah, from my hometown, and a player, Patrick Young, is from the same school, who's obviously going to be representing the Final Four.
Providence School, he's headed to Duke. Grayson Allen said in 9th grade, he told his coaches, my goal is to play at Duke. They said, you're going to have to work a lot harder than you are right now. So he got to it, and now he's going to be a Blue Devil next year.
Well, a dead-eye shooter, a lot of people like to compare him to the likes of J.J. Redick. Huge shoes to fill when your name is put in that category. But obviously the young man is very talented, a great stroke, and he will be utilized next year big time.
He can dunk, too. There's some solid YouTube footage of Grayson Allen in a dunk competition, so Grayson can throw it down also.
And playing alongside a guy like Tyus Jones will find him. And also, Duke hasn't had a low post threat in a while, so having Jahlil Okafor, one of the top players in this class, he have a great inside-outside presence.
You didn't mention Jabari Parker. Are you breaking news?
I didn't break news yet. I'm just patiently waiting. Rodney Hood is leaving, you know that.
So 14 up there for Grayson Allen. It's still Euless, the clubhouse leader. And now we move on to James Blackman Jr. His dad had legendary high school battles with Steve Alford. He played at Kentucky. James Jr. nearly went to Kentucky, but decided to stay home at Indiana. And again, the reputation, a very smooth shooting guard, James Blackman Jr.
Wait, you mean somebody turned down Cal?
Somebody did,
said
and
no
it's
to
James
John
Blackman Jr., and here he is. Blackman on the wing. His younger brother VJ is already heavily recruited. He's a sophomore. So the Blackman basketball family has a bright future ahead, including next year with Blackman going to play for Tom Crean at Indiana.
Indiana losing Noah Vonleh, who decided to declare for the draft, but returns Yogi Ferrell. And you think about the backcourt that him and Blackman could form could be very dangerous.
It must be awesome to have two sons or daughters or whatnot that are both elite prospects. I wish the Plumlee family would adopt me. How many members of their family playing in the NBA?
You're not tall enough, Jalen. You're not tall enough, Plumlee.
Jalen's close. Jalen's 6'9". Don't let the handle fool you.
Blackman knocks down the money ball, and he's your new leader, and he's got the Dan Dockich 3 goggles to prove it. Blackman, 23 points, so he's your leader now in the boys' three-point shooting competition.
You see great form, great rhythm, takes his time. A lot of players have a tendency to rush through the rack, but he just finds that comfortable rhythm and gets the friendly bounce.
Trust me, if you're from Indiana, you're required to be able to shoot the basketball. It's like walking and chewing gum.
Now it's on to Miles Turner, the 7-footer from Bedford, Texas, who has not yet made his decision and says he does not plan on making a decision this week. He's going to wait until after all the All-Star games are done. He did visit Texas. His last visit he plans to go on was to Austin, Texas earlier this week. So Miles Turner, the only undecided player among the McDonald's All-Americans. And even at 7 feet, he has a touch from outside.
This young man is my favorite prospect. Anytime at his size you can step out and shoot effortless threes the way he can. He seems to have an infectious personality. And more importantly, he's undecided. My kind of guy. Come to the McDonald's All-American game, have all of the schools wooing you, everybody tweeting you, texting you, and begging you. I just love that.
Hey, that's what it's coming down to these days. It's like free agency a little bit. Wait to see who decides to leave early for the NBA draft, which team has a void, and fill that void. These kids want to come in and play right away, and he's a guy who's going to demand playing time.
But Jay, you were a high school All-American. Did you have 15,000 schools at this point of your decision-making process?
No. Like 4 or 5.
Well, Miles Turner is not going to win the three-point shooting competition, even though he's the only undecided player. Everybody's after him, but Miles Turner gives way to James Blackman Jr., the 6'4" two-guard who is headed to Indiana. He's the boys' three-point shooting competition winner. He's with Quint. Take it away, Quint.
James, congratulations. How do you best describe your shooting release?
Really just smooth. I work on it a lot, so that's one of the things I do best, so I just wanted to come out here and prove it.
Why Indiana?
It's just close to home. Everybody loves me there. Coach Crean's going to push me, so it's great.
Everybody loves you here tonight, too. Congratulations.
Thanks.
So here's your final standings with James Blackman Jr. winning over Euless Allen and Miles Turner to take the Powerade JamFest three-point shooting competition on the boys' side, which means when we come back, it's the girls' three-point final from Chicago.
Ladies!
character can solve crimes, but she chooses not to.
Tell him, babe, how she doesn't solve the crimes.
Don't call me babe. We're not together.
What? I have your lipstick all over my rim.
Look, this morning was great. It was amazing, but it's over.
Overjoyed?
Look, I'm from New Hampshire. You're a beverage.
Sarah, I'm having a really weird day.
All right, we're done.
Break up with lingering food.
This is such an us fight. It's such an us kind of fight.
For that just brushed clean feeling,
Eat, drink, chew, Orbit.
Energizer Max batteries are designed to hold power for up to 10 years. With the help of Power Seal technology, you'll always have power when you need it most. That's positive energy.
The Name Your Price tool. You tell them how much you want to pay, and they help you find a policy that fits your budget. I told you to wear something comfortable. This is a polyester blend.
It'll help.
I got you. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Should we call security?
No, this is just getting good.
The Name Your Price tool. Still only from Progressive.
You need a website. Why not do it yourself? Create your stunning website today. Go to Wix.com. It's easy and free.
LeBron's training has never been open to the public. Powerade presents LeBron Time, an exclusive workout session with LeBron James and Powerade Zero Drops. Finally, the secrets to train like a pro.
I want to see if you guys can keep up.
See it all go down at LeBronTime.com.
Wednesday night, it's the McDonald's High School All-America Games. Girls game and boys game. That's Wednesday night tonight. It's the Powerade JamFest from the campus of the University of Chicago. NCAA Swimming and Diving Championships are on ESPNU Wednesday. 235 of the top swimmers, 35 of the best divers for the NCAA title. Wednesday, 9 Eastern, ESPNU. We are on to the girls' three-point shooting final. There will be 3 competitors, including Brooke McCarty, who is headed to Texas.
This is a scrappy guard. I mean, she chose Texas because it was very close to home, and she liked that high school environment. She likened it, too, when she went on her visit to Texas. As we take a look at Alexa Middleton, obviously, she's going to Tennessee. She won the skills contest, so showing some versatility here today.
Middleton will be our second competitor in the girls' three-point shooting contest. And then we'll close it out with Rasay Caldwell. Rasay Caldwell is headed to UCLA, part of a huge recruiting class for the Bruins.
Yeah, job well done for them. The #1 recruiting class right now, and she's going to be a big part of that class, running the point guard position.
So those were the first round results. So Caldwell took the preliminary. But again, there's no crossover to this final round, and it will be Brooke McCarty who leads it off. McCarty from League City, Texas. That's in the Houston area. She's headed to Texas along with Ariel Atkins, one of 4 McDonald's All-Americans on the girls' side from the Lone Star State.
I can just see that smile coming from when you mentioned Texas. You know something about that?
Yes, indeed. There's 5 on the boys' side, so there are 9 McDonald's All-Americans, boys and girls from the Lone Star State, far and away more than any other state. I'm just saying.
Brooke gets her shot off so quick, and a player at 5'3", you have to expect her to get her shot off quickly because she's going to have bigger guards guarding her. So it's going to be a tough task in the Big 12.
McCarty went to Clear Springs High School, again in League City. That's in the Houston area. She and Ariel Atkins, a 6-foot player from Duncanville, Texas. Both McDonald's All-Americans, both headed to the University of Texas. Money ball coming from McCarty. She knocks it down into the corner with 12 already on the board.
McCarty shot. I think she's going a little bit too fast. I mean, she only has 13 seconds left. Most people are almost finishing up as the buzzer ended, but right for her, rush some of those shots a little bit.
So McCarty ends up with 15.
And when she got in a rhythm, she could hit consistent shots, and she had, grab the ball, go right into the next one. I think it's really important in the three-point competition is taking each shot and not rushing.
Our second finalist is Alexa Middleton.
So McCarty ends up with 15. Now it's on to Alexa Middleton, who won the skills competition in a blowout. She's headed to Tennessee to play for Holly Warwick from Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
First shot is up. Second one's good. Number 3's good.
Middleton first money ball, knocks it down from the corner. That money ball is worth 2 again. Each shot that goes in worth 1, money ball's worth 2.
And this is the kid who loves the game of basketball. She loves competing. Obviously, we're seeing that today where she's putting forth her best effort in each competition. And with Megan Simmons leaving Tennessee, I mean, they're going to need some scoring. So Alexa Middleton obviously can provide that immediately when she gets to campus.
Knocks down the second money ball. Already 11 on the board. 2 more racks to go. 12, 13, 14. She's heating up. Money ball. Rattles out for Middleton. Right in a groove. Hit 4 straight. Missed the money ball final rack.
This crowd loves her here, too.
Middleton, who won the skills competition, moves the money ball. 21 on the board for Alexa Middleton. She's getting the high fives from some of the boys players. Carl Anthony Towns over there to give her a high five. Theo Penson. A solid 21 on the board for Middleton. Already a skills competition winner.
Yeah, we're seeing just how good this kid can be. I mean, once she gets that eye on the basketball, I mean, it's just the same catch, same release each time. And she got hot late on and really put this thing away.
Middleton. All right, the Lady Vols fans, get ready to watch Alexa Middleton. She's from down the road in Murfreesboro and a play in Knoxville. 21 on the board.
The great thing about Middleton is, as well, every time she finishes, her index finger points at her target. And that's a skill that I think is very underappreciated. You want to put that index finger, it's like a cookie jar. Dip that index finger in the cookie jar on every shot.
Rasay Caldwell, the final of our 3 competitors on the girls' side. She's headed to UCLA along with Jordan Canada and LaJané Drummer. Huge recruiting class for UCLA.
Here we go.
Jay mentioned that form when you're shooting, and you really see that in this three-point competition because they're getting off so many shots in a minute. And that follow-through is so clutch in their ball rotation, as Jay mentioned earlier. You can really tell when a player has a really smooth stroke based on their ball rotation.
And you can also tell when the player starts to feel like they have a rhythm and they're starting to get hot, because you go from landing straight up and straight down to kicking that leg out a little bit, pulling that follow-through back a little bit more, because you start to feel good about it.
Alexa Middleton's 21, looking pretty good as Caldwell goes to the final rack. Misses the second. It's the third, moving on to the money ball, but it will be Alexa Middleton. Caldwell puts up 15, but Alexa Middleton, the future Tennessee Lady Vol, who's already won the skills competition in a blowout, now she takes the three-point shooting competition.
What a great performance by Alexa Middleton, just kind of putting this game away on that second, the third rack. She really started to heat up, but you have to give props to Caldwell as well. I mean, she's a smooth, streaky shooter as well.
Once again, Alexa Middleton with Quint Kesnick.
We have to stop meeting like this. Who taught you how to shoot like that?
My dad, Michael Middleton.
How much time do you put in with your dad?
Almost every night we go shoot. This past 2 weeks, I've been trying to shoot 200 shots, make 200 shots, 300 shots a day.
You seem so relaxed, but I know on the inside you're a competitor. You kind of describe your competitive spirit.
I just love the game. I'm very passionate about it, and I hate to lose. So.
Got this place on its feet. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The skills competition winner and the girls' three-point competition winner, Alexa Middleton, which means Alexa Middleton is a favorite in our next competition. We're not done with a three-point shootout. We're going to have the boys and girls three-point shootout. The winners face-to-face, Blackman and Middleton. And then later tonight from Chicago, the star-studded slam dunk competition. Powerade JamFest.
LeBron's training has never been open to the public. Powerade presents LeBron Time, an exclusive workout session with LeBron James and Powerade Zero Drops. Finally, the secrets to train like a pro.
I want to see if you guys can keep up.
See it all go down at LeBronTime.com.
Hey there, can I help you?
Sorry. Hi. We need a new family plan.
How about 10 gigs of data to share and unlimited talk and text?
Oh, 10 gigs sounds pretty good.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, and for your family, it's 160 for 4 lines.
What? Get out of here.
Sorry, are we still doing the whisper thing, or?
Oh, sorry. Yes. Ooh.
We'll take it.
Introducing our best ever family pricing. For instance, a family of 4 gets 10 gigs of data with unlimited talk and text for $160 a month, only from AT&T.
The nation's best high school basketball squads assemble in New York City to put their talent on display. Breaking ankles and getting buckets. The Dick's Sporting Goods High School National Tournament begins Thursday on ESPNU.
Rule 310.415.
Buster Posey ends it.
You can love the game.
The Dodgers are champions.
Without loving the other guys. Sunday Night Baseball. Giants-Dodgers at 8. Baseball rules on ESPN.
Only one place takes you inside golf's most prestigious event. The Masters Experience from DirecTV. Watch 6 screens of enhanced coverage on one channel, including 2 marquee groups and every swing at Amen Corner. All in crystal clear HD. Plus our interactive leaderboard, expanded player stats, and more. The only place to experience a major like this is DirecTV. The Masters Experience begins April 10th, starting at channel 701.
Mine was earned in Korea in 1953.
Afghanistan in 2009.
Orbiting the moon in 1971.
Once it's earned, USAA Auto Insurance is often handed down from generation to generation because it offers a superior level of protection and because USAA's commitment to serve current and former military members and their families is without equal. Begin your legacy. Get an auto insurance quote. USAA. We know what it means to serve.
From Chicago, Illinois, we're on the south side for the 2014 Powerade JamFest, getting you set for the McDonald's High School All-America Games, both girls and boys, on Wednesday. And that begins a huge month of basketball, getting you a look at all of the stars of tomorrow. The High School All-America Games, the McDonald's High School All-America Game, that's Wednesday. Dick's Sporting Goods National High School Invitational, Thursday to Saturday on the ESPN networks. The Nike Hoop Summit, April 12, ESPN2. And then the Jordan Brand Classic, April 18th on ESPN2. All games on the ESPN networks. Up next, it's the boys winner versus the girls winner, and Quinn Kesnick is with both of those three-point winners.
Pressure, James. You feeling the pressure right now? Knowing what's at stake?
Yeah, I'm feeling it because she's a great shooter, so I'll just have to bring my best.
Alexa, I've kind of run out of questions for you. What's one key for the fans at home to watch as you shoot?
I think it's all about that first shot. You get it, it's a confidence booster, so we'll see how it goes.
Yes, we will, Carter.
All right, it will be the boys' winner. So this is James Blackman Jr., who is headed to Indiana up first.
Alexa Middleton said something great during the last interview. She says she makes 200 to 300 shots every single day. And I don't think kids at home who, thrive to be a McDonald's All-American, or kids at home who have this dream to be an NBA player, they don't understand, Jalen, the hard work that comes into being a great shooter.
What about the fans and the media who have opinions about these players and don't realize the work ethic, the sacrifice, the discipline it takes to not only be a student, but to try to compete as an elite athlete? That's why I give these student athletes a ton of credit for being in this position at this point of their careers.
Blackman hits the money ball, so on to the third rack at the top. Blackman Jr. is headed to Indiana.
Flash.
And the beautiful thing, every time he shoots, it's the same exact shot every single time. He's not drifting on his shot. He goes up, comes down in the same location. Repetition is critical in order to be a great shooter.
Because in 49 states, it's basketball. He's from Indiana.
Blackman in the corner, last rack. 18 on the board, money ball makes it 20. James Blackman Jr., it's the money ball in the corner, 20 on the board. So that is what Alexa Middleton will have to beat to continue her run, winning every competition thus far.
Now, question, are they changing out the basketballs? So is she shooting with the men's ball?
You know, Jay, that's
she's
a
shooting
great
with
question.
the men's ball.
Which is tough.
Yeah, which is very tough. It's a major disadvantage. It's a little bit of a disadvantage because she hasn't had the repetition with the men's ball.
And they are shooting with girls' ball.
Okay.
So, yeah, your point just flies right out the window, Jay.
I was making sure. Make sure everybody gets a third chance.
I'm happy that the girls' game plays with a 30-second clock. When is the men's game going to catch up?
Yeah, the men's game, it needs to be a 24-second clock. It needs to be a universal thing on college and NBA.
Middleton hits the money ball, another solid start. She said it's all about the hot start, and she is off to one. The score to beat is 20. Middleton, she is hitting the money ball again. That's 4 out of 5.
It's not looking good for James Blackman, I'll tell you that.
Are we nearing a sweep by Alexa Middleton, who's headed to Tennessee? She's 14. She's stealing the show. 15, 16.
And she's smiling. She's smiling while she shoots.
Middleton money ball knocks it down. That's 19 last rack.
Uh-oh.
It's down to the money ball for the win. Middleton missed it at the buzzer. She goes 0 for the last rack. And James Blackman Jr. finally beats Alexa Middleton tonight.
That's a perfect example of staying in the moment. She was feeling so good on the first few racks, knocking them down at an efficient rate. On that fourth rack, she's felt it. She knew that she had it, and she was not able to consistently knock down shots on those last 2 racks. Cost herself a great opportunity to win this contest.
And you see there, she pointed at the crowd, or she probably pointed at Blackman. She thought she had it in the bag, but missed opportunity for her. But what a great performance all around by Middleton today.
And it's supposed to be fun, too. Let's not forget about that. I mean, there's a little subtle trash talking going on here between the guys and the girls. And look, everybody's competitive, so you have to love it.
James Blackman Jr. somehow squeaks out a win over Alexa Middleton. She's undefeated no longer. When we come back, it's the slam dunk competition featuring Aisha Taylor.
There's nothing stronger or more powerful than a dream. Dreams cannot be beaten, broken, or taken. Dreams fight, they persevere, they go on. Dreams will always prevail.
It can be tough being a hero, but at Rent-A-Center, there's an easier way. Like picking up a 7-piece living room starting at just $29.99 a week. This heroic deal gives you the power to choose the pieces you want. And speaking of heroic, when you start your new agreement, you'll score a ticket to see Marvel's Captain America: The Winter Soldier in theaters April 4th. Be the hero today, only at Rent-A-Center.
Wednesday, the playoff push continues.
Takes it all the way to the rim and the finish.
With another chapter in the Battle of the Boroughs.
Anthony on the drive, got the finger roll. Paul Pierce, bang! Anthony for 3.
Who will claim the spotlight at the Garden? The NBA on ESPN. Nets, Knicks, Wednesday at 7 Eastern. Presented by State Farm. This week, ESPNU has SEC Thursday Night Baseball, SEC Softball on Friday, and more SEC Baseball on Saturday. ESPNU, never graduate.
Safe at the plate. Home run, Joe Morgan.
Rule 310.415.
Buster Posey ends it.
You can love the game.
And the Dodgers are champions.
Without loving the other guys. Sunday Night Baseball, Giants-Dodgers at 8. Presented by Taco Bell. Baseball rules on ESPN.
Said wrong last name.
Powerade JamFest at the University of Chicago. We're on the south side. We are headed on towards our dunk competition Wednesday night. We have the girls and boys McDonald's High School All-America game from the United Center, the home of the Chicago Bulls. The girls game 7 o'clock Eastern on ESPNU. The boys game 9:30 Eastern. That's on ESPN. Well, we're on to the slam dunk competition here at the University of Chicago. Let's go all the way back to 1995. A notable dunker even back to the high school days, Vince Carter.
Oh my goodness.
Sergeant Vincent Lamar Carter. I'm dead serious. I played with him a couple of years in Toronto. He can show up at practice 5 minutes before we start eating a sandwich. We start a drill doing 3-man weave. He can do a 360 dunk like that.
So those are some notable winners. I think you would take any one of those in a dunk competition.
Jimmy King, Sky King, my guy.
Back to that Fab Five class. And of course, the question is who's going to join that list? Your JamFest dunk competition. That is coming up next.
How about 1997, Baron Davis? People slept on Baron Davis back in the day. Baron Davis had bounce.
How about Candace Parker getting on that list? Is we going to get an addition to that list tonight, Stephanie?
Hey, Asia Wilson, she said that she models her game after her, so I wouldn't be surprised. We'll see.
And again, it will be Asia Wilson who is part of this dunk competition as well. Steffi Sorensen, Jay Williams, Jalen Rose, Carter Blackburn, Quinn Kesnick, all here for the dunk competition. All right, what's the key to winning a dunk competition?
First off, you should make your first attempt. When you miss the first attempt and then you keep trying that dunk again, even if you make it, you won't get the same score. Emphatically make your first attempt, whatever you try.
I don't know. I wasn't a dunker. I'm still tapping boards at the age of 32.
We'll join the club.
Showmanship. I mean, you have to do something to get the crowd involved. I think last year, Andrew Wiggins tried that reverse behind the back, but he got the crowd off their feet. And I think that's critical. You got to get the Chicago crowd hyped up.
I think the addition of a selfie is something that we may see tonight. You never know. I'm not going to comment on how to win a dunk contest because I'm lucky if I can graze the net. So I'll leave the rest to these guys over here.
All right, so there's your preview from Steffi. She says perhaps the latest social media trend, the selfie, may be involved in tonight's dunk competition.
I thought you were about to say you're going to leave the rest to Carter, and I was going to be like, that's surprising.
Only one member of the dunk competition is wearing pearls, and that would be Asia Wilson, who will be competing, trying to follow up Candace Parker, who won the dunk competition. So let's take a look at our judges who are ready at half court. It's Jay Nice, who's morning radio host on B96. Jay Nice is with us, as is producer Gabe, who's also on B96 with Jay Nice. There's Doc Shaw. You remember him from Tyler Perry's House of Pain? That's Doc Shaw, Disney Channel, and Disney Channel. He was on Tyler Perry's House of Pain. And then Herb Washington, who was a terrific sprinter in his day, also played for the Oakland Athletics. Herb Washington is ready to show his tins. If you watch the worldwide leader in sports at all, I think you know that guy, Stephen A. Smith. He's back with us once again as a slam dunk competition judge. Bill Cartwright, the great Bulls center and coach of the Chicago Bulls, is here as a dunk competition winner. dunk competition judge. So is Alshon Jeffrey, the former South Carolina wide receiver, now with the Chicago Bears. And he will be helping out Gavin Waterman, special guest of the Ronald McDonald House. Gavin is with us tonight as a special guest judge. Quinn Kesnick's with Stephen A.
You got quite a reception when you walked in the building tonight, Stephen. And I know you have a 10 in that pack of cards. What's your definition of an outstanding dunk?
Well, I'm looking for creativity. I don't want to see the same old, same old. I mean, you're a high school All-American. You've got some tremendous athleticism. I know it's hard, but I expect you to be innovative. I'm not giving out 10s just to be giving them out. I don't play that. I've traveled all the way to Chicago. You better make sure you entertain me if you're going to get a 10, because I will not hesitate to pull up a 7. I will not hesitate.
Jabari Parker, Julius Randle were in this game last year.
Right.
The talk of one and done, perhaps they're heading to the NBA. What's your opinion on the one and dones?
Well, listen, for the most part, I mean, if you can put your life on the line and represent this country, you definitely should be able to come straight out of high school and earn an honest living. There's no doubt about that. But I can't blame the league and anybody that agrees with them for looking at the possibility of mandating 2 years simply because of what comes along, the allure that comes along with coming out of school and instantly being given that money, that fame, that celebrity. It's really, really difficult for some young guys to handle, and there's no doubt about it, so it's worth consideration. But at the end of the day, what I really would support is the guys coming out and being allowed to make that money, but if necessary, making them serve a year in the NBDL so you can really go through the rain, learn what it's like to be a professional. So when you get to the NBA, you appreciate the privilege that it really is.
Thank you, Stephen. Good luck judging. I want to hear kind of a response from the panel. Carter, what's the panel say?
We'll get to that in a moment, but here's your dunk competition rules. 4 total dunks, player 45 seconds to complete each dunk, scored from 7 to 10 by the judges. If a player does not complete a dunk, that's a 0. Props are allowed. After 2 dunks, cumulative score tally, top 4 advance to the finals. In 2 final round dunks, cumulative score determines your dunk competition winner.
You want my opinion on whether players should be paid?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to read you a great quote off an article from USA Today. As USA Today Sports, Steve Berkowitz reports, Kentucky coaches earn $1,000 in bonuses when Aaron Hudson made a 3 to advance the Wildcats to the Final Four.
So
$1,000 in bonuses for Kentucky to make it to the Final Four. That quote says everything itself right there.
Grab her is going to be. We're going to look to see a one-handed dunk here from her.
Misses the first attempt.
And Jalen said, make your first dunk.
Second chance to make pressure.
So that's 0 for 3 for Asia Wilson. 6'4" player from Hopkins, South Carolina. 4th attempt.
They're down.
Couldn't get it out. The first dunk, closest for Asia Wilson, just like you said, Jalen.
Really highlights the ass women's players like Elisa Leslie.
They become a little bit heavier. I mean, it's her to go up every single time and dunk the basketball. So that first attempt usually is.
She goes on dunk 2 and she misses the first one. So again, points for the first dunk, but there is a second dunk, and that's why Asia Wilson's right out there. Asia Wilson.
Oh, she went with hands on that one.
It spins in, but.
In the second round, she really needs to make one.
Whether you're jumping on boxes, whether you're jumping on chairs, they're going to be fatigued. Example right there. Sometimes.
Well, Asia, on down on her 2 attempts.
Different girls on the. Was.
Like you said, she's clearly winded after all those dunk attempts. So now gets a rest. #1 player. So here's Justice Winslow, who is headed to Duke out of Houston, Texas. Player of the Year in the state of Texas. One of guns from the state of Texas. Trying the double dunk with Jahlil Okafor involved.
Jump over a Yellow Pages. I can say this until I'm too mid, but you should offer second attempt. You're going to appreciate the high as if you